Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So I have my crystal ball off to the side. I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. Channel members, you have a message that we'll post later this week. Definitely check that out. Magicians tier, you will have a live on the 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. And if you have any interest in meditations and subliminals, especially regarding more spiritual concepts, then definitely check out my channel at ritual_of_1. The link will be in the description box below, and it did finally launch. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now I'm going to be scrying this candle because the wax is doing something very crazy over here. So I took this as a sign that this is what we're doing. So let's see. Okay. Taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, so the first thing that I'm getting is that someone's ancestors are very present with them. You may or may not be having experiences with them. We'll get into the reading. You'll be able to understand whether this is for you or not. But the first message that is coming through quite clear is that someone's ancestors are with them. One of the things that I'm seeing here is I'm seeing the way that this green wax is falling on the base. It's almost like layers covering each other, and this is what's speaking about ancestors to me right now. There's a place where everything started. It's like an origination point for some sort of story that we've been working through. For many of you, what the story seems to be is it seems to be financial stories, stories of abundance or lack that have been taking place here. We've observed behaviors of lack in our life from our ancestors, from our parents, our grandparents, other members of family, maybe even other people that are around us, and this has kept us in a certain place that we haven't felt like we've been able to get out. It's breeded some sort of feeling inside of whoever this message is for, that this is my station in life, and everyone else is up here and I'm down here with this particular, it's almost like a feeling of this particular type of people is how it's coming through, and I can't get beyond that. That's the thinking someone has. And so this is not something I'm saying that I believe. I'm saying that this is the energy that's being given to me in terms of how someone is viewing something, the perception someone's viewing something with, and this is something that is trying to work itself out. I'm literally saying it's something that's trying to melt away, but this is something that somebody is struggling with currently. And so if you are focused on financial matters, if you are focused on your lack of abundance or trying something new, this message may be for you. Now I am being given some other symbols inside the crystal ball, so I want to go ahead and give those symbols. If you're new to my channel, the symbols don't mean that the reading is or isn't yours. It means that if the symbols are resonating for you, if you've been noticing these things around you, then pay extra attention. The first symbol that I'm seeing is an old skeleton key. The second symbol that I'm seeing is a kite. Specifically a red kite. I don't know if that color necessarily matters, but that's how it's being shown to me, as a red kite. I'm seeing roses are showing up as well, pink roses. Okay, and then I'm also seeing something about it's like circles. Yeah, I guess that's it, just circles appearing various places. Okay. I'm seeing a baby snake. Okay. I'm seeing deer. I'm seeing an owl. Then I'm seeing the color red again. So the color red may be very important for somebody right now. I'm seeing a red feather. Okay, and someone has recently just picked up one of those, like French feather duster things. Okay, so those are some. Oh, and malachite, stone malachite. So those are what's coming through. Okay, so getting back to this, I'm seeing that we have our own individual storyline, how we can trace this struggle inside of our life, but you're being guided to look further. Some of you already are, which is why the ancestors are coming through. But if you haven't looked further and you haven't tried to heal your observation of things in order to understand that it doesn't have to be the way that we've observed it to be, this is kind of the guidance that's coming through for somebody. There's also a correlation between the heart space and money. So if you're familiar with the chakras, you'll know that. One of the reasons why is because the heart space really governs what we give and what we receive. Money and finances, right? Our time, our value. So now that so I'm seeing, okay, so that's what's going on here. There's something deep inside that's taking place where somebody seems to be reclaiming some sort of personal power, and it does feel like personal power either from the past or from some beliefs that we've adopted along the way, right? Some self-esteem beliefs that we've adopted along the way. And the reason why I'm saying that is because right now this is almost looking like a cave. And as I'm staring at this cave, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing this particular drip of wax. But this drip of wax is directly connected to this fire for me as I'm looking at it. And the fire really represents for me the solar plexus, right? Where our internal sun. And so sometimes I can see that as the Dantian also, but right now I'm seeing it as a solar plexus. So someone may be having some solar plexus issues taking place as well. There may be some sort of, now it feels like a healing. It's like a healing taking place within the solar plexus space, and this is allowing something to happen within the heart space, the color green, right? It's opening up that ability to give and receive. So there's something that is a little scary as I'm stepping into that. It's almost like there may be something that's happening for someone right now that's preventing them from being able to receive finances or receive love, but there's something that's changing there. There's something about to change. It's almost like a new direction is being picked. The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm being drawn now, and I want to show you this because I want you to see why I'm getting this. I'm saying that because I'm staring at this particular path, and it's like this is the path we were on, and it's taking a hard turn, right? It's going this way now, and as it goes this way, maybe it goes back the other way again. There seems to be these twists and turns inside of our journey that are taking place right now. There's some unexpected things that are coming around right now that are really trying to force us open to allow ourselves to step into a different mind space in terms of our finances. This is whatever phase someone is in right now, even if it looks like a negative phase for this particular issue of finances or abundance blocks, right? It's almost like it's meant to break you away from that. It's meant to break you free from that. Okay, her not this deck, okay. Three cards. Okay. And the bottom is the Destroyer. Yeah, something may have ended for someone, or there's something that is in the process of ending. Please know that whatever that is, it can't be stopped, right? When we have the presence of the Destroyer, this is the energy of destruction. This really brings me into that energy of like Lord Shiva, for example. The process of awakening requires destruction. And so someone here, you are being awoken out of whatever this cycle in terms of abundance blocks or love blocks is. It may have something to do with creativity. Other people may be involved because we have creativity and community. And I want to show you this right here, right? Notice all this flame imagery that's coming through in these cards. Whatever situation is currently happening in terms of our finances or even our heart space, or maybe it's unrelated, right? It seems unrelated. What's happening is it's the fire that is basically changing you, right? Transformation happens through fire. This is how, we're having some sort of like energetic chemical reaction to our current situation. There may be other people involved. There may be someone or a group of people that are supporting us in some way when the community card shows up. And so this really comes down to, do you have the resolve to see this through, right? Whatever it is. This Destroyer card, it can represent something that's outside of us that's currently taking place. So for example, if you just recently lost your job, however, it can also represent destroying some sort of block, right? In order for that to happen, I want to go back to this. It's almost like that cave-like energy. There's something in there that is essentially trying to clear itself out. When I look at this, the color for it is red, and red is passion. Right? Red can also be our roots, our survival mechanisms. So there's all these things interrelated from this financial space of survival, and how do we, survive as people now? We have to make money to survive. And then also this passion, right? What's inside of our heart? So these things are all interconnected at this time for whoever this message is for. Now, with the resolve, the interesting thing is if you look at the feather strokes, they're almost looking like eyes to me. They're looking like a bunch of eyes that are just swooping off into the cosmos. It's like no matter how we look at something, there's so many different ways to look at something. This card is basically guiding us to take a step back and have a higher perspective. We may be so fully immersed in all the situations that are currently taking place that we can't actually see the forest for the trees. If we take a step back and get out of our own way a little bit, there's a higher perspective that we can get that's going to show us that this course change, whatever it is, we're going to understand exactly what that's bringing to the table. So, being able to see the bigger picture is not out of the question for whoever this message is for. It's something that is available. Okay. We have the Knight of Materials. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is hard work, right? We may have always believed that we had to work hard for what little we have. And that belief, that feeling, right? All it does is it breeds more of the same. When we're in a particular feeling state, our subconscious mind is trying to navigate us to keep that feeling state, to keep that belief. And so in order to change this story, we have to change that feeling. We have to open up, just like this cactus is, just like that flower is, that rose is. We have to open ourselves up to understand that we're allowed to not have to work as much for what we have, right? Or that we can work hard if we want, but we can have much more, right? So someone, pick what it is that you value, pick what it is that you actually want inside of your life. For myself, I know that mine was financial liberation. I wasn't settling for anything else. And, I always recommend that people don't put a label or a ceiling on it. Allow it to be open so that it can be as much as it can be, and it can always grow. But that might just be semantics over here that I'm arguing. So just figure out what it is that you actually want, and get it firmly in place. Get it inside your feeling state that you're allowed to have that. You can have that. There are people all over the world that have exactly the thing that you want. You're able to have that. And for someone here, there's a lot of creativity that's available to you. We have the creativity card. We have all these colorful flowers that are just wringing this horse's neck, right? This is like their laurels. This is like what makes them special and unique. You have something that makes you special and unique that you can bring to the table to a broader community that can allow you to break through this, right? You don't have to be the bull with the yoke. You can be the horse with the beautiful, colorful a flower, a lay. You can have a lay. Here, what we have, this horse always represents freedom for me. It's an animal totem that represents power and freedom. And again, going back to that energy of the solar plexus, and that maybe being part of what we're working through. Someone is working on their personal power, right? How do you know that you didn't have personal power before? Well, fear. Fear is a huge way of knowing. If you were afraid of many things, if you worry about things all the time, if you always feel like, oh, I'm not good enough for this or for that, or, why would this or that pick me, or why would this go my way? These are all indicators that we have a disrupted solar plexus, right? Our personal power is lacking. And this seems to be the focus for someone. It's a solar plexus and heart combination that's taking place here. And then we have the Six of Voices. This is a Six of Swords. The interesting thing about this card is anytime this card comes out for me in this deck, what this represents is that our path is actually being guided at this time. And I'll show you the card so you can see why. That theme has come out for this is going to be the third day now. So there is a heavy emphasis on spirits, right? We started off by saying the ancestors are with us. Someone's ancestors here, they're trying to work with you. They've picked you to work through these blocks. Not because they're trying to make you have hard work or anything. They want to see you succeed. There's something about you, it's almost like, because of the heart element, it's almost like there's something about your heart, right? This purity of heart, this desire and intention to be good, to do good, that they've chosen you. And they want to see you be the one to break this sort of ancestral patterning or conditioning so that you can break free of that and change the story of your lineage. Let's see. It's like very gently moving somebody away from one land with, all the beliefs, all the systems of this land and moving them over to another. It's like there are these dangers. You may have 3 significant things that are happening in your life right now, and it's like this being is trying to guide you gently to another shore. We have death. And I love when this card comes out in combination with a card like the Destroyer, because something's ending. Something is absolutely ending. But what we also see here is we see this sort of communication taking place between this person who's sleeping and this person who's in spirit. So some of you may be having dreams right now of, for example, some of your ancestors, maybe a grandparent, or maybe an aunt or an uncle. There does seem to be some sort of change that they're trying to help you make in terms of this story. Again, going back to that. There does seem to be some sort of, and this brings me to yesterday's message, so if this message resonates for you, maybe watch yesterday's message, because one of the things that was very prominent inside that reading was a spider web. And that spider web really represented the stories that we weave, the limitations that we place because we're unable to go past it. There's a spider web over the sleeping woman's 3rd eye and her 7th chakra. And so this is part of the whole thing, right? When we have our 3rd eye, what is it? It's our vision for ourselves, our vision for our future, and our ability to see things clearly. Someone here, you're not seeing yourself clearly. That's why your solar plexus isn't operating well. That's why our heart space doesn't have the ability to give and receive. There's something, I have never gotten this before, so bear with me, I'm trying to translate this. There's something about our vision being directly linked to the path of our ancestors. So, the ancestors, if you believe that the ancestors are with you, if they're inside of you, our vision is one way that they can work through more of their lessons and more of their own experience. They're unable to go any further because they're trapped by that energy, not because it's your responsibility, but because we're interconnected. We're interconnected, right? I hope that makes sense for whoever that one's for. Let's see. Okay. And one last card. 9 of emotions. This is all because they are trying, and then they're saying the bottom as well. Okay, so the bottom is 10 of emotions. So 9 of emotions is the 9 of cups. This is the wish fulfillment. Someone here, this is the path to you receiving your wish fulfillment, right? For you to receive a happy life. There doesn't need to be a struggle anymore in finances, in love, in your self-confidence, in your beliefs about the world. You don't have to have that struggle anymore. And one of the things that I'm seeing here with the 10 of emotions, and this is my ancestor card inside of this deck, because it's the 10 of cups, right? In the 10 of cups traditional Rider-Waite, what you see is you see the family. And so this, for me, with all the people underneath doing this dance, and all the dances that they're doing are contributing energy to this beautiful mandala, right? This is the interconnection that we have with our ancestors. And so you have people on the other side that are trying to help you through these things. There may even be a situation inside your life where you're like, wow, I can't believe this is happening in some way, right? And this is because it is miraculous. There's something that's going on here behind the scenes that maybe you aren't really aware of. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dream spaces. You've been chosen by your ancestors to break through these particular blocks, and the evidence that they are with you, that they're supporting you, is all around you, but you have to be willing to see it. So whoever this message is for, I hope this resonates for you. Please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment, and until next time.